I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. Your big homie want to look like a gay painter. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
Go against Jigga, your ass is dense. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cents?
He always put somebody in front of him. When Jada came for him, he put Beanie in front of him. And Beanie went back and forth with Jadakiss. When Cam came for him, he put True Life in front of him. And they went back and forth. And he just didn't compete. You know I'm coming with something that can make the response right away.
I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cents?
Everybody had a position. It wasn't just Jay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a position. The position he hold, like, I wouldn't have made it to where I had. So I say he had a lot to say. So he had a 50%. He could get out there. He didn't have to do anything. It was already in place. It was just about just keeping things, keeping things going on.
So was he actually on the corner selling?
Yeah, he'd get busy. Yeah, he got busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in New York, he gonna get busy. They took into him. He had a nice squad. He had his own little squad that got busy for him. So yeah, he knew how to be a boss. Like I said, I kind of carried him like my little brother. It was just certain things I didn't do with him. But Jay was like my brother in my business. The clothes, the jewelry, the expenses. You know what I'm saying? All that was my stuff. Our stuff. These the stuff me and Jay generated. These the stuff I put together.
They had me. They said that I'ma blow up and I could eat off this. And keep in mind, the chick had a plan too. Like, yo, we could do things. And I can guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery came home and seen, he came home and seen the same thing. Yo, you dealing with her? Desiree. He came home and had to see it too.
From the moment Kanye West fired off his latest barrage of accusations at Jay-Z and Beyoncé, an undercurrent of tension has been building in the hip-hop world. Tension that 50 Cent now seems all too happy to exploit. Instead of distancing himself from Kanye's inflammatory remarks about Jay's twins, 50 surprisingly weighed in with a subtle nod, suggesting he can't match Kanye's willingness to cross certain lines. At first glance, it looks like pure internet antics, just 50 being petty for clicks. But lurking beneath the surface are far deeper claims that Jay-Z has been shielded by federal informants and secret alliances, a rumor that's been circulating for years, but has rarely been addressed so openly by someone with 50's reach. Not too long ago, 50 Cent publicly slammed Big Meech, implying he cooperated with authorities, and many fans accused 50 of capitalizing on others' misfortunes. But this time, the conversation feels different. Jay-Z isn't just another random target. He's arguably the most powerful figure in hip-hop, so if 50 is willing to shine a spotlight on whispers of shady partnerships and hush-hush deals, it might signal something more than a typical music industry feud. Some supporters believe 50's revelations are a step toward uncovering the hidden mechanics of hip-hop politics. Others say he's fueling old drama simply to sabotage Jay, his longtime rival, and that he's taking Kanye's side only to poke at Jay's empire. A key piece of the puzzle comes from DeHaven, one of Jay-Z's closest childhood friends from Marcy Projects. Years back, DeHaven was riding with Jay when a deal went south. Shots were fired, DeHaven got hit.
Nah, I ain't really take him on those kind of trips, really. There's certain things I didn't do with him. I always had my right-hand man with me too, but I didn't ever take him like on dangerous things and, like missions like that. But he would go. He went a few times, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't no biggie to take him, you know what I mean? The one time I took him, that's when I got shot. I mean, not the one time, but at one time, yeah, I got shot.
But Jay managed to escape. Later, when the legal heat turned up, DeHaven faced time and felt Jay left him hanging, going as far as painting him as a snitch. That accusation, DeHaven says, was just a cover to keep the spotlight off Jay. The deeper issue, according to him, is Jay's relationship with Desiree Perez, the Roc Nation executive with a known history of cooperating with the DEA. DeHaven claims that while many in their circle did time or faded away, Jay somehow stayed untouched, conveniently rising to be become a business titan. Some folks dismiss DeHaven's narrative as bitter talk from a man left behind, but he counters that it's more complicated. He insists Jay was effectively handed a pass, an opportunity to thrive while the feds took down others in the game. It's one thing to dodge bullets on the street, it's another to sidestep the hip-hop task force, which heavily targeted figures like Irv Gotti, Suge Knight, and Jay Prince. All those men faced massive legal battles, and their attempt to build an all-black owned music distribution network was abruptly crushed. Meanwhile, Jay-Z and a handful of other artists seemed to glide right by the chaos. For DeHaven, that's no coincidence at all. On top of that, there's a growing chorus of voices connecting Jay-Z to potential government cooperation. Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal has hinted that Jay might not be as squeaky clean as his public image suggests. However, it's Diddy himself who is now under the heaviest scrutiny, with multiple allegations and lawsuits swirling around him. 50 Cent is already working on a high-profile docuseries that focuses on Diddy's alleged crimes, and rumor has it he might turn his attention to Jay next. If he does, the results could be explosive. Fans are split. Some say 50's crusade is fueled by jealousy or personal beef, while others feel his willingness to call out powerful names is exactly what the industry needs. What's especially intriguing is the uneasy alliance forming between 50 and Kanye, two artists who've never been best buds. Kanye has called Jay out in the most personal ways, even dragging Jay's children into his rants. Many people, including longtime fans, found Kanye's remarks about the twins deeply offensive. Rather than calling Kanye out, 50 joked that he couldn't top that level of vitriol, and left it at that. For someone as vocal as 50, that silence felt almost like tacit approval. Observers suspect 50 sees a bigger target in Jay-Z, and doesn't mind joining forces with someone who's made him a consistent punching bag in the past, if it means throwing shade at the man he views as his true adversary. The feud between 50 and Jay goes back years. One of the more recent chapters was 50's annoyance over the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. He claimed Jay, who was in charge of curating the event, tried to block him from performing.
They were saying the NFL had some issues with me. I don't know what those issues are. What is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori was, he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50.
Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
Eminem allegedly had to demand 50's inclusion. It's not the first time 50 has accused Jay of meddling in his opportunities, and Tony Yayo, 50's longtime friend, doubled down, calling Jay's move hating. Even fans who aren't on 50's side agree Jay might have a competitive streak that extends well beyond music, especially when it comes to controlling major platforms. Yet the question remains, are these new accusations about Jay working alongside government informants valid, or are they just recycled conspiracy theories? For years, whispers have circulated about certain artists who always seem to evade massive legal troubles while their associates get taken down one after another. The presence of Desiree Perez at Roc Nation continues to fuel those rumors. Even artists like Meek Mill and Lil Wayne have credited Jay's team for helping them resolve high-stakes legal battles. Some see that as philanthropic outreach from a powerful mogul. Others suggest it's a sign that Jay's connections run so deep he can pull strings most executives wouldn't dare touch. In the meantime, rumors swirl that 50 might try to add a Jay-Z expose to his film projects, right after he wraps up his docuseries about Diddy. If that happens, Jay-Z could be forced to address these allegations more publicly than ever before. Could 50 unearth concrete evidence proving that Jay's success was, at least in part, safeguarded by deals with the feds? Or would it all collapse under a lack of real proof, turning into yet another sensational story that fizzles out? One thing is certain, 50 won't hesitate to leverage every rumor, half-truth, and slip of the tongue if it means pushing his rivals onto the defensive. Meanwhile, Kanye keeps stoking the fire with endless remarks on social media. His grievances about Jay and Beyoncé not attending his wedding, or Jay supposedly picking Kendrick Lamar over him for the Super Bowl, may sound like petty annoyances, but Kanye frames these moments as betrayals, painting Jay-Z and Beyoncé Beyoncé as part of a system that never fully accepted him. The worst part, in Kanye's view, is that they've refused to help him gain more influence over his children's lives, and he's vowed never to apologize for any offense until they do. Whether people believe Kanye is simply seeking attention or has deeper unresolved conflicts, his public standoff with Jay and Beyoncé only adds more drama to the overall narrative, so the hip-hop community is left torn. Some worry that old grudges and unverified stories are overshadowing new music and genuine progress in the culture. Others say these conversations about who's cooperating with who and who might be protected by the authorities need to happen so that people can see the game for what it is. When DeHaven describes Jay's success as nearly untouchable, or Gene Deal hints that certain icons in the industry trade information to maintain their stature, it forces a fresh look at how power truly operates. And if 50's next project sets its sights on Jay, it could either reveal the biggest twist in recent hip-hop history, or just reignite long-standing gossip that fans have heard 100 times before. For now, observers watch in fascination. Is 50 genuinely trying to peel back layers of corruption, or is he just stirring the pot because rivalry sells? Are Kanye's claims about Jay's alliances part of a bigger picture, or just personal grudges mixed with bizarre outbursts? And most importantly, how might Jay respond if the accusations reach a boiling point? The story is still unfolding, and each new claim only heightens the sense that something big is on the horizon. Maybe 50's project will drop bombshells that finally connect all the dots. Or perhaps Jay will remain bulletproof as ever, sweeping aside even the harshest allegations. Either way, the hip-hop world is on edge, waiting to see if this saga ends with a resounding truth, or fades into yet another legend of rap's darkest conspiracies.